I gotta contort my body. Because he's kind of running one way, and then he's trying to make his upper half of his body go the other. So that's a tough catch, but like I said, it's still catchable. So that should have been just aim for right in the middle of the numbers, catch, keep the chains moving. Yeah, he kind of stutter stepped. He should have just after he turned, he should have stopped right there. So that's on Prescott that is not being on the same page once again. And see that's a tough situation because you have the middle linebacker coming for you, and you have the safety right on you. So that is the tightest window in the world. It's a dropout it is, but still tight window. Yeah, he was trying to get him hit because he knew he was going to take that shot afterwards. Okay, so I already know who this was because I remember it. So Des Bryant, he like I said earlier, he's famous for doing his fade routes, but he can do a deep fade and he can do a goal line fade. The goal line fade, he did most of the scoring. He has more receiving touchdowns than any Cowboys in Dallas history. So this is where I want to say about 50% of his touchdowns were on plays like this. And the problem is, even though it says at the bottom an example how it should be done, it really wasn't done correctly. And you'll see why in a second. See, that ball was, I mean, look, it was perfectly placed. Maybe that's the way they train him to do it, or that's it's supposed to be just run, beat the defender to the pylon. However, in the past, when I've seen Des Bryant do that, it was always one of those back shoulder jump ball throws, and that's something that Tony Romo and Brandon Weeden could do. If you don't know who Brandon Weeden is, he was a backup for the Cowboys for about 2 or 3 seasons, I think two. So, but like I was saying, it was more so okay. I'm running. He's aiming for my back shoulder, which is why it's called a back shoulder fade. So if I'm running to the pylon, I'm going like this. I have to turn my head and then just jump and catch it before it hits my back shoulder. And it's, like I said, it's a jump ball situation. That's so Prescott could never really did. I believe since 2016, anytime he's done it, he's only completed it about three, maybe four times, maybe four. So and and this and that play used to be like a main part of our offense. So and honestly, the reason why we struggled in the red zone in the following season is because we didn't have that play for Des Bryant because that was like our money play, like third and goal and 10 or shorter. It's just like just throw that goal line fade to Des and we got it. But since they couldn't do that anymore, like we had to turn around something else. That's why we had so many field goals, which is why we struggled in the first couple weeks because we had no red zone offense. So like once we got in the red zone, it's like oh we gotta get it on first or second down because third down we're not gonna get it because we don't have that money play anymore. I mean, granted now we have Michael Gallup who can do it, but he can't do it as well as Des Bryant used to be able to just go up there and make the play. Yeah, that ball was 5 yards ahead of him where it should have been, and he has the corner beat. Because as you can see, he has him beat. So it's not like oh he's running bad routes. No, because he has him beat regardless. Yeah, that last throw, he kind of hesitated to throw it, and when you hesitate, you normally make mistakes. So it was catchable because, like I said, Dez comes up for it instead of waiting for the ball to get to him. Then it's a whole another ball game. But at the same time, he's not timing it right. Because as a quarterback, you need to know, like, look, I got this internal clock. So it's like catch the ball, 1, 2, 3, throw, or 1, 2, throw. Depending on what the route is and what situation it is or whatever your count is, because you just need to know your receiver stride. So you need to throw 1, 2, 3. I'm not saying don't look, but just 1, 2, 3, throw the ball. He needs to be in that spot. So that's another time Dez had to play defense and make sure nobody else caught it. See that wasn't to Dez Bryant, that was Terrence Williams who he had a habit of trying to catch the ball off of his shoulder pad and it was always bouncing off. It was just boom, boom, boom. Like no. And I'm not about to sit here and be a hypocrite because I used to do that sophomore year because that was my first year playing receiver and like I was kind of struggling to catch the pass, so I tried to use my shoulder pads to catch it. But that after that season, actually not even just after that season, like the last couple weeks, I practiced catching with my hands and not using my shoulder pad at all. And then um, that all whole off season, my dad told me passes. I said to him, I said, if I use my chest, let me know. And if it does hit my chest, we gotta keep going. So he would throw me passes, passes, pass until I made sure I caught all of them. Even I haven't done it with him in a while, but like when we do throw the football around, I he will rarely ever see me catch it with my chest. He knows I go up for it with my hands, and I make some acrobatic catches. See, now remember how I was talking about that goal line fade? He threw it to the front shoulder instead of the back shoulder, so that's why it was high, and he had to kind of tip it off. And also, you're supposed to aim, like I was saying, back shoulder. He's aiming more so for a defender's helmet, which is not good because if the defender has his head around, then you can just like look at it and then catch it, interception, and as you drive, no points, you lose the game. We lost this game regardless, but I'm just saying, like, come on, man, you gotta play smarter. Okay, so Dez runs a deep crossing route. He can't. It's something he doesn't typically do is play in the slot. Ball was too high, and it was out of his reach. He's just gotta put it in the right spot. See that ball, it was too high, and not even it was too high. It was out of his reach anyway. So even if it wasn't too high, he's trying to go like this and catch it. It's going to so the defender was able to make a play interception. This is the Oakland Raiders, man, and I believe at this point they were like 6 and something, maybe 5 or something. So this should have been a game that we won in a blowout, but we won this game, I believe, by like a field goal. So that is ridiculous. This team was stacked on offense, and I don't think people realize how good this offense could have been. Not even just with so Ezekiel, you guys know he was serving a suspension in the season, but even without that, he still had a lot of weapons. You had Jason Witten, who's your guy you want to throw the third and medium. You have Dez Bryant, who's going to make all the big plays. Terrence Williams and Cole Beasley, those two guys, one of those two guys are always going to be open. I say that because one thing about having a great number one receiver is that he draws coverage towards him, which gets other players open. So a lot of the time, what happens, not and this is not even just in the NFL and at any level, when one receiver, your number one receiver has like a bad game where he has like 2 or 3 catches for about 20 yards, another receiver will have like 8 or 9 catches for 100 plus. And the reason why is because the coverage was drawn to that number one guy, but guy number two or guy number three or guy number four or whoever was wide open each and every play because they weren't seeing him as a threat until it was too late. Yeah, it was almost as if 21. was a receiver and Des Bryant was the defender. I mean, yes, that's pass interference, but I feel like even if there wasn't interference on it, it was still not where it needed to be. It's getting closer. I just feel like if Des could kind of get his body where it needed to be, he could have caught that, or at least had a chance at it. But Prescott kind of threw it behind him. No, because he runs it correctly. So you can't say, oh, he's not running his routes right. No, because he ran that route perfectly, the way it should be run. At this point, the ball should already be in the air. Right here, he should be getting ready to go up and just make a play. Like I said, interference on it, so the play itself doesn't even really count. But if you're just looking at it by film wise, and if you're looking at it with a football IQ, you can tell, like, man, he could have made this play, but the ball wasn't where it needed to be. Okay, that was a drop by Dez. However, there was offensive holding, so it didn't even this play doesn't even count. So we're just gonna move on with it. Like I said, Dez on a fade route, he's the king of it. See, that's the type thing. If he had done that on the goal line and just put it in that exact spot, touchdown by Dez Bryant. Okay, so you got an empty set. You have Rod Smith, who was in the backfield, move out. So again, once again, you know they're passing. If you see this look, you can tell that it's a single high safety, so it's going to be one-on-one with Dez Bryant. You gotta be able to make this play, no matter what. I don't care who's guarding you. Pass was too low. This is against Rashad Breeland, and no disrespect to him, but he's not one of the better corners in the league. He's a solid number two guy, but he's not. He's not Richard Sherman. He's not Jalen Ramsey. He's not one of those like, oh, don't throw it to him because then it's going to be intercepted. He's not a guy you have to do anything for. But the fact that he couldn't complete a pass with Dez Bryant going against Rashad Breeland is just it's inexcusable. It was too low. I mean, like I said, Dez he could have caught it, but it would have taken a lot. So Prescott's throwing it too low. See, once again, Dez Bryant being left out to dry because he's going across the middle and he's like trying to throw it right into coverage, so Dez will get it. And he took a shot. So safety is right there. The linebacker's coming too. So he knew 22. He saw 22 right at him. He was like, either this is going to be picked or it's going to be incomplete and Dez going to get hit. See, that was good defense. I can't really go over that one. That was just good defense. Uh, See, that's kind of hard to tell because you could see how he kind of clamped his hands a little bit too early and the ball kind of bobbled around. At the same time, he didn't affect his arm, so I don't know if Dez could have tipped it back to himself and caught it. But like we never know. But either way, it's still good defense, so I can't go over it too much. See, right there, that's exactly what Dez Bryant does. You can see Dez jumping up for it, and that could have been touchdown right there. But however, you can tell that the ball was not in the exact right spot where Prescott needs to put the ball where Dez can get it and only Dez can get it. So if he puts it just a little bit more towards Dez's right arm, touchdown all day. See, now that was great. That's what you want to do. So I can tell Prescott, he's kind of under duress, so this next play is probably going to be incomplete. But he's under duress, so I'm going to cut him a little slack on. That should have been defensive coordinator because you can tell he was being tackled. Look, right here, you can see that he's being grabbed and kind of hooked around. So that was going that was going to be a tough catch regardless. Because Jalen Mills, he's not one of those I will shut your best receiver down kind of guys. Yeah, that was blatant pass interference, but there was no flag. The ball should have been in the air at this point. Instead, it's still in his hand. See, now the corner, he has a chance. Because when you're playing cornerback and you see the receiver turn his head back to the QB, he's like, okay, the ball is either coming to him or he's looking for the ball so it can come to him. At this point, the ball should have already been in the air. Now it's just blatant pass interference, knocked him to the ground so he couldn't jump up and make a play. See, that was just a terrible pass. You you cannot underthrow a guy that's past the corner beat by at least 3 yards. I look at it like this: if he has a defender beat by 3 yards and you don't miss him, so if it's like 3 yards or more, and you manage to miss him, you're clearly doing something wrong. Because this should not have been an interception. I'm not saying it should have been a touchdown, but it should have been a huge first down. Cowboys move the chains, we keep momentum going. Instead, the drive ends, gives momentum to Philly. Because they're thinking, oh, we're beating Dallas, we're beating Dallas. And they're like, what's worse is they're beating Dallas in Arlington. This game was just an embarrassment. Just unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. That ball was it was 2 yards short of where he was. So I don't know what Prescott's doing. He had no chance to catch that. So I'm gonna look right here. Prescott sees that he's open. He should have thrown it to him. Because yes, there is a defender near him, but if you throw it a little, not too high, but where it's a jump ball, he's going to catch it. Right here. That should have been a reception. However, he overthrew it, and when he had to go from that stop position, try to get on his horse and try to make a play. And the safety came up and just, like I said, so right, the ball is not where it needed to be. See, first of all, he threw it inside when he should have thrown it outside. Second of all, he threw it 5 yards too far instead of throwing it where it should have been. Like he keeps putting Des Bryant in these positions where he can't make plays on footballs because it's like I can't get there. You just can't get there. It's tough on him, and I'm just sitting here thinking like Des Bryant really got cut for something that really wasn't his fault in the long run. I'm gonna look at a few more of them because I know this video is running long. So what makes this even worse is that there was no safety help whatsoever. This could have easily been a touchdown. If you got Des Bryant 1-on-1, you gotta throw him the ball. And no excuse. Okay, that pass was kind of it was hit at the line of scrimmage, so can't say too much about it. Throwing behind the man though. It was bad at the line of scrimmage anyway. So yeah, that's why. See, Dez, he made a tough catch and he got the first down. So it's not like Dez can't do it because he clearly can. But people just don't want to. Because I keep hearing people say Dez Bryant is washed up. Dez Bryant is this. Dez Bryant can't do this. He's not going to play anymore. He's done. If you go back and look at the film and actually pay attention, because people just look at highlights and just see like, oh, incomplete, incomplete, Des Bryant's fault, Des Bryant's fault. No. If you look at the actual film and just pay attention and look at the whole picture and not just the incompletion part of it, then you can see it's not always going to be on Des Bryant. Like I have said sometimes, I'm not trying to show bias, but there have been times where it was on Prescott. There was times where it's been on Des. There's been times it's been on both of them. There have been times it was on the defense. So you gotta look at the film and actually pay attention. All right, I'm gonna make this the last play I dissect. So I believe this was the first game without Ezekiel Elliott. Actually, I know it was because we had played the Chiefs prior. So we got Rod Smith in the backfield. I can't tell if that's Rod. That might be Alfred Morris, but either way. So it's a gun set. Des Bryant at the bottom of the screen, 1-on-1 with trips right. See, right here, I can already tell he's throwing to Prescott, or not throwing to Prescott. Prescott's throwing into Des, but you can see defenders draped all over him, so you probably should at least pump fake or something. Or you should not have thrown this. And plus, I feel like he still puts it in a bad spot. It was catchable, but it was kind of low. All right, but I know I was gonna make that one last. I'm gonna make this one last play. That's at the top of the screen. Running the fade where he's best at, but he didn't have a chance to catch the ball. Because if you look back at it, he's throwing it too far forward. He's just overthrowing it, and you can't do that. You can't do that. It's just that's all Prescott. But I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Comment below what you think. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree? If you disagree, tell me why. If you agree with me, tell me what stands out to you. Do I raise a point? Like, just tell me what you guys think. Tell me what's on your mind in the comments below. Make sure you leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.